We'll do some Peglin Cruci 7, start off with a lovely Baton, sure. Pretty damn amazing for pretty much every fight, apart from Minotaur. Minotaur, very rough. Apart from that, pretty much every area of one fight just gets a lot easier thanks to the power of Baton. That last run was still so wild. Like, sure, it was Peglin Cruci 0, which is much more likely to work with that kind of build than any other class. Sorry, any other Crucible level for Peglin, but still just crazy that it actually worked. Anyway, we're playing a different class here. Entirely different class, where I'm trying to collect up some gold. 42. It was like boom, 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 boom. It's not as nice as I'd like it to be, but sure, it works. Ah, you know what? Sounds like a good Nosferatu run. Nosferatu's just going to be a decent healing source. I'm fine with that. Also means I can be a bit risky. Burn some health trying to collect some extra gold, because why not? You know what? Instant Hive Turtle. You'll be able to collect a lot of value from that. That turtle's just pretty decent. Bombs is the most important thing here. You'll be able to full kill no matter what. So it's just a question of how many bombs do I get. Here we go, I'm fine to lose health. As clearly shown there, losing health just generates me more damage in the future for my Nosferatu. Navigation. Go either way. It is nice having 5 options though. All the time I will still be skipping, especially when it comes to orbs, but well. There's 5 options, of course, we're talking about orbs. Doesn't mean that it's not still nice to get the extra options. 65 gold. I was hoping to have a little bit more by now, but whatever. I mean, look, orb is just a very amazing relic that I'm simply going to have to pick up. At the minimum, we're not doing Critic Risk this run, right? Minimum. This is definitely a fight where Baton is nice, Augur is actually handy. But having access to the 3 extra bombs is definitely noticeable a lot of the time. Alright, if there's a crit inside, I should be able to get it. Not really inside, I will have to do something a little bit different like that. I got close, but unfortunately a lot of bombs whilst doing so, which is not exactly what I was aiming for. And the refresh? No. Not ideal. Not ideal indeed. Oh well, I'm sure we'll just bounce onto the refresh sometime soon, but I don't know how much I can actually control my bounces. Okay, that'll do, I guess. I guess it really is just fine there. I have Nosferatu. The recovery on Nosferatu is pretty amazing. Does that mean I'll shoot at this fight? No. But it is extremely, extremely nice to have for sure. 1 bomb, haha. Now we just finish up the fight with... I think it's probably wise not to shoot the Nosferatu here. Would have been enough damage to where I could have shot it. Okay, sure. Arm is also good healing, but I shan't be taking it. Interesting. A lot of good relics here. Definitely does just lean in towards more the Grinding Monstera. Really good, but I may just take Bombullet because it helps out for a lot of fights. Really cool for a lot of fights. I don't really care about the max HP all that much. It's definitely a high impact relic, but it's very fair to say that I've done more than a few early Grinding Monstera runs in my time. And they're definitely great, but definitely a very high impact passive, which I'm not sure if I wanted to take there. Instead I'll take Bombula, which has some fun high roll potential that I'm looking forward to potentially finding. My targeting's not great, but that's all fine. Most I'm just losing a bit of health because of it, which as clearly shown by the Nosferatu is more than fine. So a lot of game plans work well with Nosferatu. I imagine that things will end up lining up pretty well for it. Pop that bomb. Perfect, get a few of you out of the way. Bounce onto that bomb, or maybe not. Fine. After all, we did in fact get the kill. Oh, I did not realize I was shooting Nosferatu. Luckily I did actually get more health out of it than I would have lost. By much though. So, we're only entering the store on 150 gold effectively. One would hope that it would be more, but I guess it's fine. Still a pretty decent chunk here. Big fish runs are very hard to pull off. Now, of course, you can get good value from them, but I suspect that trying to aim for this run is unwise. Speaking of unwise, getting a Minotaur fight is incredibly unwise. Personally, I wouldn't have recommended it. Killing me. I believe I'd make such a silly error. So we may just die here. That is what Baton does to you. If I can get a crit roll, things are a bit different. But like, even if I do get a crit roll, the roll is just so damaged anyway that I do just lose a lot of value from the roll. Only 100 damage on a crit roll is pretty sad. You think this is just better? Oh wow, it's not apparently. Cool. Definitely going to be shooting the Nosferatu. The damage he gets is not great, but okay, no, that was pretty good damage. I'm just saying. Pretty solid. We get the crit, we do not get the refresh. That is fine. Everything seems to work out pretty well, eh? Oh, lovely. We should be able to heal that up. We got a really bad matchup, and somehow we walked out of it with 200 gold, which is amazing. An alchemist cookbook for my bomb build, which is what it looks like I'm trying to do. What I really want to do is use my bombs for debuffs or gold. So I'm really hoping this store has... No, collusion's fine. It's like a fine store, I guess. Definitely nothing too crazy, that's for sure. Just take Spiral Slayer because it's good, sure. I think I probably will appreciate having the extra damage. Even just +1 normal damage on Nosferatu is actually just a massive deal. Honestly, very solid there. There isn't really a world where I should turn it down, even if I am trying to save gold. So I didn't buy a remove, and that's fine though. My removes don't scale in gold cost as well, thanks to the amazing powers of collusion. I really should get off a good heal. Means probably aiming down the middle. Yeah, no, that's a pretty damn good heal. 28 health. Not bad, I literally recovered all the health that I'd lost. Now, it also drains your health when you shoot it, so I didn't recover that health, but I recovered all the health that I'd lost previously. Imagine Machuska's just going to be solid, so I picked it up. There are definitely some fights where you appreciate having the Baton bomb. That was a very impressive split. Baton Bombula, and this is definitely one of them. I want to bounce over to that refresh, that's what I really want to do. I want to bounce into that refresh, not using Nosferatu. I do. I believe you're just donezo here, so not much I can do about this. I'm afraid my damage is simply too overpowering here. Definitely going to chuck that upgrade on. It's a shame it's not maxed out for this boss fight, but not exactly the most impactful orb in this boss fight either. +1 per circle though, it's actually much better. Bomb alert, Baton though here is just a ton of bombs, so like I just gotta shoot this first shot, and it's like what, 300 health off him? Oh yeah, no, off of bombs purely. And the second shot is a dagger but crit, so that's another 100 health. Meanwhile, we're stacking up the blind, which is definitely gonna matter. Thirdly, let's have cookbook. Neat. I will just full heal just to prove that I can, because I can. Pretty cool. Still just decent damage, honestly. Definitely not too bad of a shot. Yeah, cookbook does seem to be working well. I would seriously actually just take a Setu Pegulations if I got one though. It's not wise currently. It's really, really unwise currently. But it's just kind of fun. Here for that. So go for Gold Machuska Shell, Unpretentious Amulet. Honestly, Amulet's actually really good here. It's kind of crazy. Like, sure, we're turning off Augur, which is unfortunate, but ultimately for a consistent +3 damage each time is pretty good because we do have Spiral Slayer after all. I think that just one of these three though. And I think that the go for gold is definitely brilliant. We'll just take it, I think. I think it smells fine. Go for gold's really good, but it removes the damage from my Nosferatu, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Doesn't seem like the wisest idea, so I will just avoid it. Pretty sure it is just fine though. Second shot should be fun. Most interesting, I guess. Second shot should be fun. Okay. And like, yeah, the glory suffering is definitely amazing there, but most of the reason why it's amazing is just because of the Machoska for right now. And if I did take it, I would be turning down a lot of boss passives that grant more people, which definitely reduces exactly how much it can do. It can still do an absolute ton though. Speaking of doing an absolute ton, yeah. Machoska Shell Nosferatu is going to keep us alive pretty well. 99 gold, so can't really afford double store, can I? Okay, we'll just go that way. Double store, which doesn't end up working out here. This is definitely where we're going to get to some fights where it's just like, oh yeah, this is why just picking up all the bomb stuff is just solid. And we're going to need that AoE after all. I'm not going to discard here just so that my next shot can be pretty solid. After all, gonna wipe everything. I would have gotten enough damage to wipe the archer anyway, so it was definitely fine to also not shoot the Nosferatu. It's not like I care about being 9 health down. As we can clearly see, I'm trying to set myself up for more. It is just nice going to a boss passive while beating a boss. And having 5 options. 5 options is really nice. Really easy to just pick up exactly what you want, and let's be honest, all the stuff I was offered there is exactly the kind of stuff I'd want. I did miss the crit. Okay. Sure. I do not have access to transparency as well, which would usually matter. I do just have more than enough healing to where it doesn't matter. I don't believe you get switched. Yeah, you do not switch forms for the Nosferatu. Think you would? Where's my lovely refresh? That's where it is, okay. I love how Sandaris has done... Oh wait, we turned down Branch of Ember already, didn't we? The Sandaris was definitely less impactful than I was hoping. I thought we could actually hit high roll for it this run, but I don't know if we can anymore. Nosferatu might be... I'm sorry, Bully Ball might be good fun. It stacks already off of the Nosferatu, and maybe... There we go. Maybe the boss relic we get can work with it well. Well, that's a lot of Spinfaction. The question is, can we get safety pegulations? If ever there was a run, I have total Peglin tuition after we've already seen 5 boss relics that weren't it. Definitely sounds like a good contender, doesn't it? Problem is, stuff like Status Symbol as well is also just really good. There's a lot of good boss passives for this build, and unfortunately the one that decreases bomb damage is just kind of mandatory if you actually want to get kills purely through Spinfaction, otherwise that just tends to happen. We'll have a lot of gold for this store, which is cool. Then they won't be complaining. Question marks giving me another elite as well would be very cool. Frankly, this is just going to go. Oh, okay. One bomb off. Unexpected, honestly. Wasn't expecting that. Still, I imagine the Dagger Orb does just get the crit heal. With a shot like that, it gets close. Apparently close is not enough. However, the bombs have another thing in mind. You know what would actually be awesome? It would actually make the sand arrows at least mildly impactful. Should be good, sure. If we actually got your bombs by blind, having multiple blind sources would make it much more likely that we actually get value out of it. We can kind of play a Spinfaction focused game plan here, depending on how many bombs we hit immediately. An extra 80 damage per turn. That's up. Especially if I choose to keep hitting bombs, which absolutely might as well, eh? Boom. And I just fall apart over the reload. I get a reload, you don't get a turn, and then I get to go boom. Awesome. 317 gold as well, pretty damn decent. Especially when you consider the fact that, I mean, popping gun is insane, but I don't actually need the healing. Refresh if I had recon would also be great. I am just going to take the reuse. Yes, I have decoil. Being able to shoot my Nosferatu potentially again is actually useful, but more importantly my Machoska. Being able to shoot that again is very nice. Plus 12 gold there, not bad. I'm not actually expecting to get that much value off of inflation this run, because let's be honest, my multi-balled Machoska is pretty good at proccing all the pegs on the map. I expect the plants to just die from the bombs here, yes. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm trying to pick up... Ooh, wait, hang on a second. If I got another Nosferatu, like Ring of Pain, maybe I could actually kill enemies of damage and Nosferatu only. That would be cool. I don't think... I think it's too late in the run to actually pull that off though. That would be cool. But yeah, our bombs just deal so much damage here. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I definitely want to go to stores now to get as many removals as possible, eh? My bombs do not grant gold yet, unfortunately. There we go, do not need that. We'll take this just in case, but probably unnecessary. I don't have a question mark next, so I don't care about it too much. Peglin's hat, why not? I don't want to increase my bomb damage after all. Very little value there. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize this was going to happen, shot one. I'll try this. Yeah, pretty good. 23, oh my. 240 damage per turn, but it doesn't matter, because you're just dead turn 2. Bombs just do so much damage. There are a lot of boss passives here I'd be really happy to take. I'd be really happy to see, or I'd really like to take. And I did not get reduced bomb damage, so I can't actually play for a Spinfection build easily here. My refreshes aren't amazing, so despite seeing the leave threats for later, it's not actually handy. I can actually kill myself with Sapper Sack. Multi-ball? New cactus. I can kill myself with Sapper Sack, but it might be funny. Stuff cool. It's something I did actually notice as well. I did check. I wanted to know because I was curious. Which boss passes have I actually taken into Cruci 2001? And as it turns out, I haven't actually beaten Cursed Mask on any confusion level, which does not surprise me at all. It's not a good passive. I think that in this scenario... Oh, speaking of which, I'll be doing this run soon. So this is going to be painful. I've already lost one of those after all. I think in this scenario, I'm just meant to take a leaf thrust later and move along. It's just exceptionally good. Even if I hit no high roll for it, it's just fine because I have it like a strange brew. And that's just good enough, but I am going to hit at least one piece of high roll. I haven't turned down any after all. And even just like a refresher course is just pretty damn good for us. It'll be pretty solid. So we have single store if I want to go to 2 elites. Not fully certain on what I want to do. Guess it depends on how many removes I get, because I really do need the removes, don't I? Interesting, I don't actually take the self-damage here, which technically not as ideal as it sounds. Well, I don't actually care about it for the damage, do I? Yeah, no, I don't. Alright, that's another Adventurous Backpacking coming, I guess? It's just a very good orb and an orb that I want to be shooting off the summoning circle. You know what I need on the board? 1 additional refresh, yeah baby. It is an Athane relic, but definitely when you got Leaf Thrust for later, it's slightly less impactful. Only slightly though. Although, sarcasm aside, it actually is still pretty solid even when you have Leaf Thrust for later. If you have refresh nonsense. I of course don't have refresh nonsense, so it's not actually pretty solid yet. It's still just completely garbage. I love how I don't even need to upgrade the Nosferatu. It is just pleasant. But even just having 1 extra refresh on the board when you've got a refreshing punch is actually just really good a lot of the time. Yeah, Bombulet solves a lot of fights. Speaking of Bombulet solving fights, there's one Area 3 boss that it most certainly solves, and that fight is not this one. Okay. I think Bombulet's just good in this fight, but it doesn't solve it the way it solves squares. With squares, if you have Bombulet, you pretty much have enough damage, just baseline off of that. Just add on like an extra 1000 or 2000 AV damage, which is pretty easy to do, things considered. And would you look at that, the victory. And this next shot should be pretty cool. I imagine the Spinfection numbers will ever so slightly increase. Yeah, we would definitely be dead if we took the Sapper Sack. As funny as it would have been, we would simply be dead. Yeah, like a lot of the time I really do love the Nosferatu increases, but I just don't need it here. Mask of Joy if I hit Refresher Course is ridiculous. I'm just about to hit Refresher Course. Right here. Oh, oh. Okay. moving swiftly on, I guess. I do just plan on going to that second store. No question marks, I couldn't have had any roos, but it is still just definitely worth it. So, Adventure Ryan. I mean, simply just pick you. How much more gold do I have for that store? I'm just gonna buy the molten gold anyway. I'll shoot the Nosferatu sometime soon. Or maybe the Summoning Circle will shoot it for me. I'd be fine with both outcomes. Oh, yeah, well, I was right. The refresher course was imminently arriving, it just wasn't at the store like I initially expected. Always check behind the waterfall? Okay. We now have a lot of gold, which is healing. Okay, I mean, I would have preferred the Summoning Circle, but yeah, no, that's very good. I do not want you escaping, so I'll pop my bombs, I suppose. Yes, now my scaling is in a pretty solid spot. My Pierce is also pretty solid, my AoE powers is pretty solid, my healing powers are pretty good, and my greed powers are incredible. So I'm feeling much more optimistic about beating the boss here. Although, to be clear, I was never really worried about it whatsoever, but yeah. Before it was like, oh yeah, he doesn't really stand a chance, but in theory he could kill me, and now it's just like, yeah, no, there is no world where he can kill me. Like, I just get to walk into a boss fight and just do this. Imagine I get Refresher Punch here, by the way. That'd be pretty awesome, but unfortunately it's not happening. I did actually get that, though. A lot of debuffs. I didn't get to use my bombs for gold, like I had hoped. 44 gold there. But I'm definitely using... Okay, there isn't one enhance, perfect. I'm also really happy to see ambidextrony. Whenever you have Summoning Circle, ambidextrony is just very appreciated. And I'm just going to full pick up here. No reason not to. Echo was also insane, but I'm just not going to pick it up. I don't need to. Realistically, this run is already just over. I need to pick up the Echo to do so. But how many debuffs do we get here? Almost 100 blind first shot. I mean, he misses, like... seems pretty good. Yeah, never really stood a chance, right? There's a reason why I like Leaf so much. We didn't have a single piece of high roll. Not one. Arguably because we had Refresher, it was less valuable. But despite that, it's still just worth the pickup. Because I'm sitting there and I'm just like, there's still just so much stuff I can hit. And I had been to only 2 stores, I guess, actually. That's not that much. If it was 3 stores, I feel like I'd be very confident in the, oh yeah, I just go to this store here. Or maybe stores, plural, if I can actually get that in Area 3. I'm just going to be an amazing spot with Leave Threats for later, because it really is just amazing having 10 additional refreshes on the board for passives like a Philosopher's Stone and Refresher course, which, you know, I had to wait till the second page of passives to get to, but yeah, no, it worked out well, didn't it? It worked out really well. As it turns out, I could have also picked up that apple a day, which would have been good insurance. Oh, I did mention I wanted to do the pinging build soon, didn't I? Oh, yes. The pinging build is a classic, and oh yeah, no, that's going to be fun. Yeah, so Baton into Bombulet, and I didn't technically get Short Fuse or Enhanced Gunpowder for the entire run. Now, of course, for the boss fight, I did actually manage to have an Enhanced Gunpowder, but significantly less impactful than it would normally be, especially for a build where I hit a Bombaton and a Bombulet immediately. Honestly, though, I did actually expect to die to the Minotaur. All things considered, Bombaton and Bombulet into Minotaur, we actually got a really good map. Like, a lot of the time, having a bomb here and a bomb up here is annoying because you don't get the full roll. You're losing out on like 30 to 60 damage, I think. Each time you're trying for a roll, which is a lot. You know, that's 1 or 2 or 3 extra Minotaur hits. But luckily we just got pretty lucky with our crit placement, and I mean the bombs still damage, you know? Like if we have 6 bombs on a map, which is what we have, that's half his health gone if we hit all of them. So we just have to hit all of them because we lost the roll, and losing the roll means that we need to make up that damage elsewhere, and if bombs can do that, then yeah, that technically works, but Bombaton is really good into every single elite. It's horrendous into Minotaur, and significantly less useful in Slime Tree than the other ones, I think. Yeah, like it's really good in Slime. You're happy for it in the Stumpy Stumps. Yeah. And like it's useful in Plant. Makes breakpoints a lot of the time. Even if you do lose a roll, you're fine to lose one roll a lot of the time if it means you're getting an extra 80 AoE damage. But yeah, we definitely got the 2 Area 1 bosses where it's just significantly worse, but luckily we did have the Bombaton to boost it up a bit. Sorry, the Bombulet to boost up the bomb Baton a bit later because that certainly was very helpful just because getting value out of it into those elites is much harder. And honestly, when I do pick up as my first boss passive, I am very, very pleased with it, but it definitely didn't perform as well into the Area 1 elites this time as I was hoping for. We saved a good chunk of gold off collusion detection, probably just basically 50 gold at least, not more, not less. Um, yeah, because we bought 3 removals, we did some upgrading at the same time because might as well. That amber was nice. I really wasn't expecting an amber this run, but it just appeared and gave me 3 upgrades, I believe, which, I mean, upgrades on the Machoska, the Summoning Circle, and the Bobble wasn't necessary. I picked up the Bobble because I was praying that I would actually hit the safety pegulations. That'd be super, super cool with just being able to spam bombs and get a ton of spinfection, but I didn't get that. Because if I shoot my Machoska normally, I just get tons of damage, which nice thing about Bobble, if it gets Summoning Circled, it's just going to deal 0 damage. It's like, yeah, I'm sitting there with Mask of Joy and Spiral Slayer, so, oh, of course it's going to deal damage, right? But no, even if I only have 1 crit on the board, at that stage it would just hit the crit. And I would have had 2 crits on the board at the time where I got the Mask of Joy pretty much as well. But yeah, I did turn down the Crystal Catalyst as well. Not actually that good of a infection combo relic a lot of the time, since a lot of the time you need to build the perfect spinfection board, and it's more like a cheat code for building a perfect spinfection board. Since instead of just making your spinfection deal extra damage, you'd rather apply lots more, because there are a lot of spinfection pieces which allow you to apply a lot more. Inception isn't one of them, but if you're getting started with a spinfection build or just trying to use spinfection from tempo, which is generally the better way to go, then it's insane. It's very, very good. A lot of the times, Inception is just one of the best Area 1 relics, full stop. It's really good into slime. It's really good into slime tree, red slime that is. There are just a lot of fights where it ends up working out really well. One of the other really, really nice things about Spinception is it works so well with Cauldron Bubble.